Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a product review, actually two products, and I use them together, so that's why I'm doing them both in this video. But the first thing is this is called a pen vise. It has screws. You can screw it down to the table if you want. It's pretty heavy. Pen vise just means it's just a small vise. And there was a reason that I bought this. And it goes along with this by Tack Life, is a craft rotary tool that when I started looking for like a hand drill, because I was purchasing resin pieces and items that do not have the eye pin screwed into them. So I purchased some eye pins, and I needed a way to put those eye pins in because the resin pieces are very hard. So first I was going to get a hand drill, but I have trouble with my hands. So I thought about this. As you're searching on Amazon and you search for a hand drill or a pen vise, it starts to bring up things like rotary tools. And so I started looking and reading and understanding that a lot of crafters use a rotary tool, and also a lot of people that do woodworking or leather or engraving, stuff like that, they will use one of these. So I thought, if we get this, which is fairly inexpensive. Initially, you always hear about the rotary tool, the Dremel, which is very expensive. And I just needed something smaller for crafty little projects. There are different things that we use them for. And he needed just one, we just kind of meshed our needs to just get a small one. And I believe this Tack Life was $29.99. And the pen vise, I think, was $11. I will link both of them, their Amazon links, in this video in the description. So this is the pen vise, and I'll show you how that works. The rotary tool comes in a case like this, which is very handy. It has an extension that is a flexible extension. You get your all your directions in here. Your tool goes in here with the cord. And then you get several sanding pieces, buffing pieces, just little drill bits, a wire brush, just little things. And you get a tool to help adjust everything. So today's the first day I've gotten it out. And this case is super handy, but I wanted to show you how I use it as a crafter, because I think it's something very valuable and something I've come to believe that every crafter needs one of these. So with that being said, I am going to show you how to put these resin pieces. Like, here's a bow knot. I slip the bow knot down in between these little roller screws. Tighten it up so that, and you don't want to over tighten it because you don't want your piece to break, but you want it pretty tight, because a rotary tool is pretty powerful. So I just need to put drill like a little hole in the top so that I can then screw in an eye pin. So you have your speeds here of how fast it goes, and you just have to try it out, work on it, see what speed works best for each thing. Your attachments, unscrew up here. You push this to lock it. It's very simple. If you don't know how to use it, or you can't understand the directions, I suggest you go to Amazon where you purchased it, go to the product link, and it will show you a video exactly how to change each thing. So I need to put a I put my vise there. Some people may want it to be screwed down. I don't want to keep it on my craft table. I just need it like this for now. You turn it on. I have my speed set about 3.5, which is fine for this resin piece. And then I just hold it up. It takes some getting used to because it's a little... And I just drilled a very teeny hole in it. Then what I do is I use some gator glue. Just put a little bit of glue down in that hole. And the only reason I do that is just to give it extra stability. So put some gator glue, have my eye pins. Now eye pins, especially these that go into these acrylic pieces, are very tiny. So I usually use my little jewelry pliers. And then just hold on to it, screw it down in there. You don't want to make your hole too big, otherwise you can't tighten up your screw. And pretty much, if you make your hole too big, your piece is kind of screwed. And you just tighten it until it's tight. I wipe all the excess glue off. And then you can take it out. Pull it right out, and there you can see that you have your eye pin right in your acrylic piece, so you can use it on a little dangle. Now I have some of these lollipops. These are like, I wouldn't say they're like a very stiff rubbery type. They have a little give in them, like maybe a clay. Maybe they're clay. So to put an eye hook in the top, you just screw your vise down to hold your little piece. And I always put my little piece up here, excuse me, so that it grips with these little plastic pieces rather than getting crushed in the actual metal of the vise, or the steel, whatever it is. And then you want to turn your speed down because it doesn't take as much to go through this little clay piece. And it's super easy. I just stick some glue down in there. And get my little eye pin. And it just screws right down in there. And then you can have it dangle. Then I just let them sit and dry for a little bit. Sometimes my little vise gets a little stuck. And what I would do is just kind of oil it. Okay, there's that one. I'll do one more with this bigger piece. I just stick it right down in there. Tighten it up. forget to put the lid on my glue, and then I get a little clog in it. And then you want to turn your speed up because this is a little thicker. You just turn it on. Brush it off. Add a little glue. Now see, I was avoiding buying some of these resin pieces because I didn't have a solution to how I was going to put an eye pin in it or make it into my dangle. You don't have to avoid buying them. You can buy any of them now. There you have it. There is your little piece. Wipe off the glue, but I didn't really get any on that one. And now they all have little eye hooks in them. Super easy, but I'm now convinced that every crafter needs a rotary tool. So I will link this one down in the description. I will also link this pin vise. This is a valuable tool in itself, even if you weren't going to use like a rotary tool. You could use this just to hold your projects, your pieces. Sometimes we need a clamp and the clamps are too big. Then you can just use this little pin vise and it will hold your little project. So I'll link everything in the description below. Everyone have a wonderful Monday night, and I will be back soon with another crafty video.